Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Along
Acknowledge us.
to Snoop. For fans,
Man, welcome to Down Bad with Wrestling with the Bros.
They had one fucking job. Baby. They had one.
Ah!
God damn it. One fucking job, bro. Oh my god. Oh,
Damn it. Damn it. And Chris ain't even. Where's Chris?
man,
Is he
fuck
hiding
Chris.
out?
They had one damn job.
Yeah, I'm hiding out, man. I'm hiding my face, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want you to see how I look right now. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
God
This
damn it.
don't make no that game was freaking over in what the second quarter.
The first
If
quarter,
that,
bro.
bro.
I
It
knew
was the
that shit
first
was
quarter,
over in
man.
the
It was
first quarter, bro. I turned
that
Oh
the fuck
my,
first
off.
that first interception by Cooper DeJean. That was a
yeah,
wrap.
yeah,
That was a
yeah.
wrap.
That, that was
Oh
that
my
Chris. That shit.
That was a wrap.
dog. I mean that was some of the worst football I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play, dog. Ever,
Oh
I'm
man.
and
ever.
and you know what's crazy? That was only the second worst beating of the night.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Say Drake. I hit you like I'm young. Drake got his ass.
Bro.
Man, that's the first time
They,
I've ever
they're
seen a that's
they're
the first time I've ever seen the halftime performance get the MVP for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
bro,
man.
there were so many memes from that performance. That was
Oh
oh
man.
my god. Yo,
Yo,
the obviously the Hey Drake, that's the number one. And
right.
then they got the Serena dancing on people's graves.
Mm-hmm.
And just
They even got the protester dude.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like,
man.
like, like
Oh my god.
I thought he was just a fan who stormed the field. I didn't realize until the next day he was a performer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he was a performer and he played their ass and the guys looked at, and I don't think he was from Gaza. I don't know what the hell that whatever.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
know,
where he was from either, but I mean, God, and you know what?
I'm
yeah,
It's one thing if the Eagles win. You're like, yeah, they stopped them. They curb stomped their asses, man.
right? Double
Dog,
they made
curve
him
stop. Had
oh
him look like
they made,
Roman out this bitch. Like,
they made Travis Kelsey cry.
yeah.
bro. Taylor Smith was bewildered. She didn't know what to do. She was just standing there with the
She got booed out the stadium. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she did.
It started off bad for her that night.
it seemed like everybody got booed out the stadium
Dog,
because
yeah,
they
it
saw
was.
Trump and they booed the shit out of him.
Yeah, right. They booed the hell out that man.
They booed the shit
They
out of him. They booed the shit out of it was another. They booed the shit out of every fucking body. They didn't care. They just wanted to
yeah,
see the game.
I
right.
Philly took that stadium over though.
It did seem like a pro Philly
Yeah,
crowd.
it really did.
It did.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that, just for the simple fact that and not saying that Philly fans don't travel well, but I thought it was gonna be 50-50 actually.
It just goes
I
to
didn't.
show who's the most hated franchise right now for sure, outside of us.
Yeah,
Outside of us.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just. It was just like I didn't like. I don't know about 50-50 and all that. I just didn't expect it to be that loud. Like I know a Philly boo and I know a Philly cheer and all of that. Any loudness was from Philly fans in that game.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
obviously because of the game, but just from the start, from the kickoff to the first interception, all it was all Philly.
Oh,
It was all Philly, and I was like, oh my god, they're about to win this game. I'm turning this shit off.
yeah,
Okay,
man. I'm telling you, man. Like
I
my
can't
wife
do it.
even turned our bar and our fireplace to green because she was like, I did not want to see Kansas City win. She's like, we all going for Philly. I said, who the hell is we? I ain't going for them
You
bastards,
just
man.
you and to me.
You
Hold on.
can't just
I
be
went in my
adding me into shit.
right. I went in my closet, put on my Cowboys jersey. I'm not rooting for them clowns.
Here's the thing, though. I will say
Oh my
this.
god.
Congratulations, Smitty.
Yeah,
I know
congratulations,
that.
Smitty.
Congratulations, but it might as well. Hey, score the record is even now.
What
0
record?
0. That's how we're starting.
Oh, okay. That said like every loser ever.
If we can't sell it, hey, if we can't celebrate past Super Bowls once the season starts, you can't be celebrating past Super Bowls.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they talking
Exactly.
about the '90s though. The shit was just
Hey,
6 months ago. Like what?
The new league year has not
there he
started
goes.
yet.
There he
I get
goes.
to celebrate until the new league year. Goddamn.
Yeah, yeah. You
now,
tell them. I
now,
don't care. It still happened in the calendar year 2025.
I
You
will
can't
say
yeah,
do
this
that. You're
man.
though.
a Cowboy fan.
I will say this though. I've never seen somebody look so unenthused to be at Disney World. Have you guys seen
Jalen,
Jalen Hurts? That man, that
he's
man
like,
looked like he was
yeah.
like, I don't want to be here.
No, that did I see? Oh yeah, I think I did see a couple of clips of him at Disney World. Like, is it like like does Disney World have or Disneyland have a contract with the NFL for whoever gets the MVP? They have to go the next day or something.
It's
I'm
got to
pretty
be
sure.
because I've never seen. Not that the man shows a whole lot of emotion, anyways, but I've never seen somebody look so depressed to be at the happiest place on earth.
Yeah. Nah, but when he was on that motor, I forget what that motor's like. I think it's a Tron. The Tron, I think that's what that is.
Oh yeah, yeah,
When he was
yeah,
on
yeah. I
that, he
did
looked
see
like he was
that.
having fun as shit. That ride is fun. I ain't gonna lie. But
That man said Saquon runs faster than this.
Oh man,
oh
yeah,
my god,
that was a beat down.
yeah.
Like I literally was like I think when they scored in the
Y'all
third
talking about
quarter,
it too much now.
that bomb, I said, yeah, it's over, man. All right, well, fine then. You know what?
I'm
You're
sick of it.
right. I don't
I'm
want to
sick
talk
of it.
about I don't want to talk about the
I'm
Eagles no
sick of
more.
it.
Let's talk about
Mhm.
Kendrick's performance, man.
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Okay.
And for those who don't know, Fair is a closet Drake fan. He just hasn't told nobody.
Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. Don't
Mm.
let this man lie to you. They say they gonna stay saying this because I wanted to be the asshole and play the Drake advocate. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he wanted. Yeah,
but you
he wanted.
know,
He wanted to play devil's advocate and be
I got
hey
stuck
man,
in there.
yeah, he wanted to play devil's
Uh,
advocate and he realized, yeah, this ain't the route that
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to go.
stop
So
this. Right, I'm gonna stop this because they're vicious on that
I tell you, I'll
side.
tell you what though. I'll tell you what. I had to mute a certain Cowboys content creator because he was going off about Drake.
I think I know what you're talking about. I muted him a long time ago though. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that
But
man was glazing over Drake.
bro, I don't I just I don't get hip hop in general these days. I keep telling people that like I listen to what I listen to. I don't listen to this new shit. But
Yeah.
the glaze that Drake get like he is the personification of yeah, but everybody who defends that man, yeah, but I'm like, yo, y'all, y'all some stands, but y'all the motherfuckers that Eminem was talking about. Yeah, yeah. Y'all the motherfuckers that Eminem was talking about. 'Cause you were
When
crazy. That
when the
man don't give a
man's
fuck about you.
when the man's biggest street cred is that he got shot in a kid's soap opera.
oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
Oh
yeah.
man.
So,
Shots
and
fired.
and
Oh,
also too.
and Sunday.
Oh yeah, and also too.
ooh.
Have you guys seen the video of Pat Mahomes Senior and John Rocker getting into it?
Yeah, I actually
Uh-uh.
just seen that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about. Like
Them niggas was
Pat Mahomes
drunk.
Senior. Yeah, they were drunk too, but they were on Bourbon Street, and Rocker just says, "Hey Pat," was I guess he said, "Hey Pat, what's up?" or whatever, and he was like pretty much like, "Man, fuck you." And the next thing you know, they got into it. I didn't realize Rocker was that jacked, man. Like that dude is huge,
Yeah.
man.
Put
Pause.
him on a New York subway though. He run
Oh
like
yeah,
a bitch. Yeah,
he ain't saying the word.
yeah, yeah. Remember Mr. Rocker? Remember that day? You remember that day, Mr. Rocker? Huh? You was on the 7 line. You thought you was tough. Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes. All
Y'all boys
right.
want to get into today? Y'all want to get into Raw? Y'all want to get into SmackDown first? I'm so devastated from this Eagles win. I don't know what to do. So, uh,
We'll carry you fair.
yeah,
We'll carry
yeah, please.
you. I think let's start off with the biggest with the biggest news of the week, being a lot of the releases.
Mm.
A lot of the releases, but even more so, some of the possible future signings that WWE could make here. That would be pretty interesting.
So what we got? So on WWE side, I know we got Alexa Lopez, we got Gallows and Anderson. Uh, who else was released? Jesus Christ.
AOP,
AOP and Paul, whatever his name is. Um, um, what's the
Isla,
name? The Isla and the other girl that went to SmackDown and they never used.
Alba
Uh,
Fires.
no, because she actually wasn't a
Oh, Blair
superstar.
Davenport. Blair
Yeah, Blair
Davenport.
Davenport. She was released. I put a question up on the Bros page. Check us out at Wrestling with the Bros 2024. Um,
On Twitter,
it'll
X,
be
whatever, Blue Sky,
interesting.
wherever you get your
Yeah,
social media
wherever it
people at.
is. Yeah, not on Instagram and Facebook because we didn't do that yet. Um, but I just find it interesting because it'll be real interesting if people go to these releases or whoever gets released goes to WWE or goes to
Hmm
You mean
AEW or do they
AW?
go to TNA? Because TNA still has a close connection or now has a partnership with WWE. So you want to stay connected to WWE and NXT? So when you do pop, because they're on TV a lot too. When
Yeah.
you do pop, WWE finds you faster, and then you can even, as you're working in TNA, work yourself back up through NXT, and then once your contract is up, you can sign with WWE, something like Jordan Grace just did. So, do they want to go over and get the big check from Tony, or do you stay over next to TNA and try to get yourself over through that way?
I mean,
or possibly go to New Japan or something like that too.
Right.
I would say if I was a superstar, I would probably try to stick as close to WWE as possible with any of their affiliates. Um, just because I mean, as more and more time passes, I think AEW is just a sinking ship. I just I
You
would
said
not tie myself to that company. Yeah, look, you can hate all you want. It's just they don't follow through.
it.
They promise big things, they promise big potentials. And look at just I mean, if you want to take one person as an example, MJF. Talk about the biggest flop ever. I mean,
Yeah.
what is that? That man is beefing with the Costco bros.
I
Like,
don't even know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
um,
I don't know who he's beefing with. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
and so I mean, just right there, like you know, we were talking about, man, wouldn't it be great for the day for MJF to be released because he can do amazing things over on WWE and all that stuff. And I don't know, man. It's just I think it says a lot. You're seeing a lot of people who initially went to AEW when it started,
Mm,
like a
mm,
Rusev and Aleister Black. Um, coming to their end and not wanting to be there. Ricky Starks. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, those three guys right there. I mean, Rusev again. I think Rusev is a product of some of the bad creative that was happening towards the end of Vince's time in WWE. I think were he to come back, there's a lot of potential real feuds that he could have. I had said it in the back channels today. I would love to see a match between a Rusev and a Bronson Reed. That'd be really interesting to me. That would be a fun little feud for me. Even a Rusev against, a Braun Breaker. I mean, a lot of these other guys that I feel like he matches up well with these days. Even a Pete Dunne. It would be fun to see Pete Dunne's uh like technical wrestling of trying to inflict damage on people done to a bigger brawler like a Rusev, who's known to also be a submission guy. Um, but I will say for the WWE releases, the one that surprised me was Isla Dawn. Just having gone from being a tag champion, and when she was a tag champion, I felt they had heat. I actually enjoyed it when they were together.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, granted, I mean from a creative standpoint, I think they kind of like once they lost the titles, there was just nothing for them, which I thought was
Mhm.
crazy. Um, but that was the one that surprised me. The rest of them, I wasn't really surprised by. AOP, um, the whole Final Testament thing, I felt was like it was falling flat on its face once the White Six were moved to SmackDown. I thought, like, oh well, what is Final Testament really going to do? Yeah, I mean, all those releases were not surprising to me except for Isla Dawn.
I mean, yeah, I didn't find any of the releases shocking at all. I mean, I think you're right as far as the maybe the one that surprised me, I guess, was Isla. Um, and not like you released her, but not her partner, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah,
Um, that's
that's the
kind of
crazy part
crazy.
to me. There must have been some back channels things happening or something there, because I mean, I thought
Or
she
they just
was.
see. I would also think maybe because like the maybe Isla didn't want to go to back to NXT. Maybe that could have happened. Maybe they fired what's damn I forgot her name, but maybe she was fine with going back to NXT. Um, I know everybody that they released aren't used on TV, so
Yeah,
why would you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Why would you go keep paying them? Like you're not
Right.
even used for us to put you against somebody and lose. Like
yeah.
yeah, you're about to be released.
But
So
they still have almost on the paycheck, bro, on the payroll. And
You,
exactly.
that man hadn't been
And
seen.
he wrestling for other like he on loan to other people. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he's not
He's
even
like,
on
hey,
WWE.
this is our personal giant. You can use him. We're still gonna pay him. Like
Yeah,
that's the
man.
thing that
You
doesn't
know?
like.
you,
There's quite a few people that I'm like, why are they still
yeah,
on the
you know
like
what?
on the payroll?
I think for me the biggest well, I don't know if it's the biggest, but probably the most shocking is the fact that it's not so much that these people got released, it was the timing of it. Because usually when they have releases, it's usually after WrestleMania. So they start having releases now, like early in the year or whatever. I thought that was kind of the timing. I'm like, yeah, usually they wait till after Mania, but I guess they figure, hey, let's go ahead and cut out the way now while we have the chance to. And I'm not sitting here throwing a fit about it. I just thought the timing of it was pretty interesting.
I think they're making room for some signings
Hmm.
for not just external but also internal. I think there's probably some people coming up on their contracts. I need to pay more. I think I think probably all of us should pay closer attention to like contracts for superstars to see, when they're
Well,
coming
with
up and all
wrestling,
that
it's so
stuff.
hard because they don't.
Yeah,
It's not like a transaction. Like they're not putting it out there like that. It's usually on the wrestlers to tell people, "Hey, I just like how Kevin Owens kind of just slickly did it. Like he said, if
yeah,
y'all, I think it's like something or go somewhere, that I'll keep wrestling for 4 years, and he counted out a 5 year deal pretty much.
yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard to get that information from wrestling. I maybe it'll be a little easier with TKO if people because that's all that stuff is as far as their transactional stuff is all public now, all public
Yeah.
because they're publicly traded. But
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not doing that. But um, as far as I think the releases really were about, I think about call ups. I think they have some people that are ready to be called up to the main roster, and these people that they just released, and it's not a knock to them or anything, but you're not doing anything. We don't have
Yeah.
anything for you, and instead of just sitting up under us and not being on TV and you complaining about it, we go ahead, you
Yeah.
know, and after your 90 days, you go ahead and you go ahead and do what you need to do, and we'll check back with you. And that's
Yeah.
fine. That's what all
Hmm.
companies do. That's what every corporation does. But I think it was more about, hey, we got these kids, and we all see it. And I'm watching NXT now. We know who they got, like at least 5 females that are ready to come up right now. They got
Yeah.
about 3 or 4 dudes that are ready to come up right now. It's time to kind of shed the bottom of the roster and put it with the young guys, and then we see what they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think out of the three AEW releases, I think probably the two that will for sure gain the most traction as for coming to WWE is probably Aleister Black and Ricky Starks. Um,
For
Yeah.
sure.
I think Rusev might end up in TNA. Would I like to see Rusev back in WWE? Yeah, but I mean, I ain't gonna lose sleep over him not, being signed. Um,
Yeah.
but
I
I know that WWE's been tied to Ricky Starks for a while because I know he's not really been being used by AEW. Um,
Right.
I think they've been ever since Cody came to the company. I think that's kind of been the case. But yeah, I don't know about Rusev, to be honest with you, dude. Just to be quite honest with you, I mean he's 40, and he hasn't wrestled in like 4 years. So I'm not really like literally like he hasn't taken a bump. I don't think in like 4 years.
True.
So
He's probably
Yeah.
gonna end up in TNA. That
more
would
than
be
likely,
my
which has a connection to NXT, which is fine. That's the thing I was saying before. Do you go to TNA because they have the connection with NXT now, and then you can be if obviously Triple H and Shawn Michaels know him. Hey, let's use him. Now you're used to
and they're
just showing on
obviously
both and all of that. So
I
yeah,
they're
would go to
obviously
TNA.
watching the product too.
Right.
right.
I would go to TNA just for the sake of, and not saying that these guys, anybody that who they sign, can't do it big on WWE. But I think going to TNA get you. It'll probably help your creative juices go a little bit better, and you're not sitting there fighting for screen time on a WWE with any of the big stars or what have you. So no, if I were to go, if I were getting released by AEW or whatever, I would look to go to TNA since it's like you said, since they partner with WWE. I would look to go to TNA personally.
Yeah.
If I know for sure that I'm not going to be able to get on TV on Netflix or on USA with WWE or the CW for that matter. If I know I can't get on any of those channels, but I know I can get some good exposure, and guess what? My character is going to work with TNA. Let me go over here to TNA then.
Well, and it gives you room for error, right? Like you start if you there's the roster is so thick and deep with WWE that
Pause.
like if you're not
God, oh my God.
I said it. I said it. um no, the roster is just so good right now. Like you don't really have a whole lot of room for error, right? Like if something doesn't work, they're gonna be like, all right, well, I guess we got to put you on the back burner. But in TNA, I feel like you have the opportunity and chances to experiment, to reinvent yourself. I mean, look at
Mm.
Kurt Angle when he went over there. That's where
Hmm.
the whole Perk Angle thing came from. I would even say like look at Bubba Ray Dudley, Bully Ray. You know, they even mentioned Bully Ray on the pre-show for the Royal Rumble, and Bully Ray was an amazing character over in TNA.
Still
He
is.
had an opportunity to, yeah, I mean, he had an opportunity to reinvent himself and to separate himself from something that he was known for a while.
Mm.
I mean, even look at Dolph Ziggler. He's had some success down there as Nick Nemeth. It
Hmm.
just really gives you that chance to experiment a little bit, reinvent yourself, and try to come back better and stronger than before.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, man. All
Um,
right, man.
well, uh, excuse me. Well, we had Friday Night SmackDown that happened on Friday. Uh, and
Oh, really?
um,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
What? It was on Friday?
yeah, happened on Friday.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
what was your and we'll talk about Raw, but what would you all got, or what was your thought about SmackDown this past Friday? Hayden, I'll start with you.
3 hours is starting to feel a little too long for SmackDown.
Yeah, that shit hurt. That
I
shit
know I
hurt,
was
bro.
one of the. Here's the thing, man. I was clamoring for 3 hours. Um,
That shit hurt.
had it been the previous roster, they've changed some things up there. They've changed some people. They've done some different things. The momentum that they had going into the 3 hour shows, I feel like has been kind of muffled a little bit.
Mm.
Outside of Jay showing up, so obviously Cody Rhodes, the possibility of he was
No,
never
we're
going
gonna
to choose
talk
Cody.
about
Yeah, he was never
Mhm.
going to choose Cody. Um, I mean, yeah, you got some more shine on Fatu. You got some possible Damian Priest feuds. Bianca, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. It felt just kind of like they were trying to get through SmackDown so that they could be prepared for Raw. Does that make
it.
sense?
Makes
Um,
plenty of
Yeah.
I
sense.
I will say the Kevin Owens like car like interview, that thing, that was a
Hmm.
thing of beauty, man. I will say Kevin Owens is doing some of his best work ever. Um,
Hey, real quick, because you just said something there when you said it felt like they were trying to get through SmackDown to prepare for Raw. Do you feel that they're kind of going back to that formula a little bit, where Raw, for years Raw was the flagship show, so they really only cared about Raw and not really cared about SmackDown in a sense? Like, do you feel
um,
that's going back to that in a way?
I I mean, I think we're all a little bit of conspiracy theorists deep down.
Hmm.
And so this is my conspiracy theory about it. I think that the ultimate goal is for both Raw and SmackDown to be on Netflix. I think that's ultimately what WWE wants. Um, and so you're going to definitely put less effort into a show that you don't really want to be a part of.
And then that'll drive our Netflix prices up to 30 something dollars a month.
Bro, I'll pay. I
Dude,
don't give a
I'm gonna
fuck what
tell
I
you right
pay.
now.
Give me ad free. I don't give a damn what I pay.
I'm gonna
Just
tell you
fuck
something
me.
right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't have cable, so I don't give a fuck.
Hey, well, I was gonna say YouTube TV. Well, they're $82 a month now, but look at Hulu Live. Hulu Live.
I do Sling. It's only
Oh
like
yeah, Sling. Oh yeah.
it's only like $40 a month for like your basic channels and stuff. Like I was able to watch the Super Bowl on Sling. But I would love to get rid of that and then just straight up be on Netflix because outside of that, I can watch stuff
Ricky
the next
Starks just
day
debuted
Yeah.
on NXT.
on NXT.
Of course he fucking did.
Who made their debut? I didn't hear you.
Ricky
Ricky
Starks.
Starks, brother.
No,
Of
let me
course he
check
I'm
that out.
down.
fucking did. I will say
I'm
it's a
down.
little disrespect. It's a little disrespectful to send him straight to NXT. Um, but
Nah, I would
um,
think he probably wanted to. I don't. I never thought Ricky Starks was gonna go to straight to WWE
you
main
never thought he was
roster.
main roster ready.
No,
I will
he's
say
not.
Jordan Grace is the one that surprises me. She's in the Performance Center, and they're saying that she's going to go through NXT first. I think she's main
That
roster ready,
doesn't.
but
That doesn't surprise me. That like I, you gotta. Every company has its own style, and every wrestler come
yeah,
up in a different style. If you have a place where you can put somebody for 6 months, especially during a WrestleMania season where he has no spot,
hmm
put them in NXT.
I think that's
Put them
fair.
in
I think
NXT
that's
to
fair.
just to get used to the WWE pacing and the match, how they get ready and stuff like that. Because not all wrestling companies do the same thing. Now, probably it's a little lesser now because WWE's talent, like that gets released and stuff, has spread it out. So maybe they've taught some people, but WWE is very systematic. They want you to kind of hit the dots all the time, and they don't want
Yeah,
you. They don't want to have to remind you to hit the timers and stuff like that. That's why they keep people in NXT for 2-3 years to make sure
Yeah.
you got it. Because when you get up there, they're not expecting to tell you this shit.
Yeah,
You have it, you know it.
I think
Mm-hmm.
Malachi has a better chance of debuting on the main roster for
Maybe
sure.
him, but Ricky Starks, I
Man,
always thought he was going to NXT.
and you know what? His attitude just fits better there. I'd love to see him and Ethan Page maybe teaming up.
I think that's who. Hold on. Actually, I cut it off before. I've seen that on Twitter. Um, hold on. So I'm
But
pretty
while you're
sure it
looking for
might have been
that,
doing Ethan Page promo.
oh, probably. I mean, they were talking about him early on Instagram and X earlier. But back to SmackDown. Man, I think I ultimately think that WWE is going to want to go all Netflix because I mean, there's
It'll
people who
make
are
sense.
watching the show that never have before, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I mean, really, outside of the week before, the quality is so good. Like the quality is so good. Um, so yeah, man, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but outside of Jay showing up, and then obviously the ending of the show with Solo coming back.
It was just a
I
regular
think,
SmackDown.
yeah, I think we're getting a swerve. I think the reason that I think the reason you're putting Solo back into the picture of trying to go after Cody is actually more of an effort to get Fatu over. Because I think that's where you're going to finally see the real separation between Jacob and Solo. I think it's a swerve. And it makes sense. Using Cody as kind of a
Catalyst.
launching pad. Yeah, a catalyst and a launching pad for the the real fall of Solo.
Okay.
Hmm.
But you know what?
Go ahead,
You'd
Chris.
always go for it. You always disagree with me. Tell me
No,
why
no,
I'm wrong.
no, no. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. That's right. You put the bloodline people next to Cody because that's all he's good for. Yeah, that's all people care about is fucking bloodline merchant Cody. That's all you want. You want a
But
fucking Fatu or goddamn NOID member next to him, and he does everything great. They get him over. They know how
they
to
ain't the
make him
bloodline
look
anymore,
great.
though. They ain't the
It
bloodline
don't
anymore.
matter. It's a part of that damn family lineage. God damn it! It's a
Motherfucker, dude.
Samoan. Okay? It don't matter. That's all he do is want to be around Samoans. Okay? You just y'all just y'all say it
He
however
wants to
y'all
be
want to
around
say it, okay?
Samoans.
Y'all say it however y'all want to say it, okay? So you go ahead, Chris. You give that analysis about
This man,
Solo and fucking Cody. Go ahead. Go
this
ahead.
No,
man.
no, 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 no. The Samoans want to be around Cody. That's what it is. The
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Samoans want to be
They
around
want
Okay.
the
Cody.
rub.
Okay, so you want
They
to play
want the
crazy
rub.
girlfriend. That's what you want to be around me. I want to be around you. That's what you want. That's what we doing. That's what we gonna do.
They want
Okay,
to be around
okay,
Cody.
okay. All right, all right.
I think
Yeah, he's a
I
merchant.
do think that they're trying to establish a post bloodline story for a lot of these guys, and it does make sense. Like you really want to squash it and say, okay, there is absolutely no chance at another bloodline feud, right? Because I think we're all tired of that. I think at this point, unless it's The Rock, I don't want to see another bloodline civil war. I really don't. I want that to be
I think the
done.
bloodline has run its course. The bloodline storyline has run its course in a sense. Yeah.
I think outside of
I
Roman, I
don't.
think that I think you're going to build again towards maybe like um Roman having a smaller version of the bloodline. I think Roman is going to go on another, like, oh, you woke up the beast now. And he said it in an interview, like, they woke me up. Like, I'm going back to what I knew before, which is how he's just started dominating, and was on his own war path. You
Mhm.
have Jay doing his own thing. I do think it'll lead to Roman versus Jay for the World Heavyweight Championship at some point. But I think that will be more of a uh to kind of build Jay up than it is for Roman. I think
I mean,
it'll
everything
establish
now
some.
is to build the other person up instead of Roman. I mean, Roman's not.
Yeah,
He's done anything. Like if Roman was the dude that was out here pulling power trips still, you don't think he would have won Royal Rumble? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think he would have had a title already? Like
yeah,
he can call he's the Austin right now, he's the Austin, he's the Rock, he's the Brock Lesnar, whoever you wanted to name that was the big enough name to say, yo, I want to do this and do this. He's that
Cody
dude now.
Rhodes. Cody
Mm-hmm.
Rhodes.
He's not that dude.
Cody Rhodes.
If Cody Rhodes was that dude, you wouldn't need every other Samoan to help him. But if you sit there and have that type of 10-year run that Roman had, and now he's, if I call it the Brock Lesnar, he's doing the Brock Lesnar right now. He can call
Mhm.
his shot at any time and say, I want that belt back. He can do it anytime he wants to. So the fact that he hasn't done it tells me that I don't think he wants the damn title right now. I don't think he wants it. I think no, I ain't gonna say that because that's just too far. But yeah, I don't think he's in that mode that he wants to be head spotlight guy. I think he wants to use his spotlight to shine on other people. Like
Mhm.
it wouldn't surprise. Like I'm not gonna get off on a tirade here, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if he loses at WrestleMania. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't
Unless it,
surprise me at all. But
unless they swerve us and make it that CM Punk's not in that match, because truthfully, I don't think the Seth Rollins and Roman feud is over until they have a one-on-one
one-on-one match.
clean decision done.
I'm starting to think that Punk is not in that match. I'm
Do you think Punk
starting
wins
to
the
think
chamber?
I think Punk wins the chamber. I'm
Hey, you hear that, Chris?
pretty sure.
We have it on
And then
4K.
Yep.
no, I'll put it down. I'll tweet it out. I think Punk wins the chamber. As far as how it's built right now, and I think we're headed as far as the 3-way that I was thinking of. I don't think it's Seth, Roman, Punk. I think it's Punk, Cena, Cody.
So you think that the favor that he calls in is to get in
To
the
get him
title
in that
match?
match. No, he's gonna win the chamber to get his
Oh,
title
okay.
match. I think Cena calls his shot again, and Triple H just or he puts him
Puts
in
him in.
a match. He puts him in a match to if you win this match, you get in. Once again, he hasn't won a match in how long?
hmm
Oh
You
man,
know what I'm
been
saying?
what, 4 years, something like that?
Right. So if you
2000
put him
something
in
days.
you put him in a random match, he's gonna be in. I'm pretty sure they say he's gonna be in the Europe with that the TVs that they're doing over in Europe, that European tour. I'm pretty sure they said he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be there. It's not anything to have him 2 weeks into there say, hey, I want to be in that. I want a title shot, Triple H. Whatever they do with it, I'm not going to try to give it verbiage, but call his shot, and Triple H gives him one shot. Beat Cody or beat CM Punk or beat whoever, and you beat him, you're in the match. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they try to do that. But I think at minimum it's Cody versus Punk. I don't think he's with Roman and Seth anymore.
I don't I agree. I don't agree with the way to get there. I think it's
Mhm.
gonna be I think it's gonna be Punk pulling some weight through Paul. I think that's how you get the favor, and I think that's gonna
But
cause some
Cena
friction
wins,
between I think that's gonna cause
and
some friction between um Paul and I mean not sorry, it's gonna cause some friction between um
Roman and
Roman
Paul.
and Roman and Paul. And I think that's what you're going to start slowly building towards a Roman Punk feud. I don't think that happens at Mania. I think that happens post Mania. Um, but I think that Cena wins the chamber.
Mhm.
I think Punk's finds his way in there because I don't think Cena right now, granted he did okay during the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's conditioned enough for a one-on-one match. And you got to
That's
protect
why.
that
That's why I
man.
think. That's why I'm saying that
Yeah.
because it's a
I
smarter play. You protect him, and it's not as hard of a match for him. But you also get three marquee names in your night two because that's a night two main event right
Yeah,
there.
because you already have Punk getting into um, Cody's psyche. I
Right.
think we're starting to see Cody's like it, you could even see it a little bit on Friday. You starting to see his psyche break a little bit. He's not clean cut Cody anymore. He's starting to kind of get paranoid. And of course,
Starting
now
to
even
become
more
a
so
yep.
with more so with Solo coming back out of nowhere. Like this dude is going to start feeling the pressure, and you're going to have the guy who he's compared to, truthfully, Cena, come back and really push that agenda of like, oh, is Cody really the face of the company when have Cena come back and he's always been the good guy. And I think you're slowly transitioning to a heel Cody, which I would love. I want it. I need it. I need a heel Cody run.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
hold
Yeah.
on. Let's
Go
hold
ahead,
on
Fred.
to
Go ahead,
that because
Fred.
I think that's a topic that I think I want to get into the fake hate stuff about how Triple H is getting hate now as far as his build. So and I don't, you can if you had something to say about that, I think you just hold it and let's get into Raw and then we
Hmm.
can talk about it because I got a couple of things about how this WrestleMania build is going, and I think kind of this subject is in there. You feel what I'm saying about Triple H? So
Hmm.
uh
Go ahead, though.
let's
Go ahead.
first go. No, go ahead.
Well, no, SmackDown, typical SmackDown, wasn't nothing really spectacular. Oh, outside of the was the wait a minute, was the shot of LA Knight this past Friday when he took a shot at Drew?
Yes, that was
Or
definitely
was
the
it?
highlight of the whole show.
Yeah,
That was the highlight
right.
of the whole show.
um, Raw was pretty good. Raw was pretty good. I was actually kind of worried that it might run into the start of the Lakers Jazz game because I was like, man, hurry up so I can turn on that game so I can see Luka playing. Uh,
It showed like 10 minutes before that shit. I was like, yeah, okay.
yeah, right,
Good
right.
job.
um, no,
Just
I
for that
thought
man
I
to get
thought
elbowed in the face.
Whatever.
no, I thought Raw was good. I did like I thought the match the women's match tag match was good, and
Tag match,
also the
great.
tag match was good, and the match with Bailey and I can't say her last
Valkyria,
name.
Valkyria,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That was
Valkyria.
all. They had a
That
bunch of good bangers,
yeah,
bro.
That
They
was
they
a
had
had
a
banger of a
lot
match,
of
dude.
yeah,
bangers.
that was a real good match. Matter of fact, my wife was sitting downstairs with me, and she even said she was like, "Man, the women's division is really really good." I said, "Oh yeah, they're really really stacked. They have really developed the women's division for WWE. Um, it's not what it was heck 20 some years ago. It is definitely
Yes.
very very well. Uh, I love the fact that the heels are getting so much heat, Logan Paul and Dominic Mysterio, and they don't even have to come out and say nothing bad about the city that they're in. They're just trying to say you people or hello, and they just get booed mercilessly out the stadium, man. I love that. I think that's
Oh my
every
God.
wrestler's dream if they're a heel to get that type of heat, and they don't even have to really say nothing.
Because
I
you know
kind
No,
of
you
we
wish they
haven't.
would. They
you know
did.
you always got a job. You know you always got a
Yeah,
job.
exactly,
Mm,
exactly,
mm.
exactly.
Tell
I
me
kind
what's
of wish they
interesting.
did. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, tell me what's interesting about Dominic Mysterio's character.
Not a
B-
damn thing.
Besides the fact he's a
Not a
dick,
Yeah,
Yep.
he likes chicken nuggets. He likes
right?
chicken nuggets.
Yeah. He seems to
Yeah.
have beef with every woman on the roster, though. Like it was a video on Twitter that he was doing an interview at Rumble, and Nia Jax just comes in the interview and just runs this dude off. Like
It's that mustache, man. It's that
every woman on
mustache.
the roster seems to fuck with that man, and it's hilarious to me, bro. It's hilarious to me.
I am interested in the Judgment Day, and hey, now I want to throw this to you. What you thought about, or what you had said in the chat when Finn Balor was talking about getting a new member in there in the Judgment Day. Who did you think that, or who do you think should take over the Judgment Day?
I said this in the back channels, and I really think I'm on to something. Judgment Day has been a joke since Priest left. It really has. It's a stick now. Carlito is probably the most interesting person in there right now, and he just
Hmm.
gets he's, I mean, some of his bits are the best part of the Judgment Day segments, but they're not a serious faction anymore. And I think they need a shakeup. And obviously, I think you're building towards a Finn Balor getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, kind of like what happened with Edge. And I think that Karrion Cross is going to take over. And I would also bring this is just a book. This is just a dream booking thing for me. I would bring Aleister Black with him into that group, kick Carlito out. So it'd be like a double kick out of that. And you're left with Liv, Raquel, Dom, because I think Dom works in the Judgment Day. Because that'd be the person that Carrion could like push around, right? That's like you'll be my little dummy. And then Alistair be the muscle and Carrion be the brains.
I don't disagree with that.
This motherfucker.
No, that was not. That's actually pretty good. Carrion and Cross, you said replaces Finn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually decent. I think if you do that right, you probably can make Dominic the biggest face of the company. If they treat him like you said to be treated, and he rises up against them and bows up, I think that'd be the biggest pop in America. But that's probably something that you're gonna have to play out for like
Years.
a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2, 3 years.
you next
I agree.
WrestleMania or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like he got
Years.
you got to like whoop him on TV, like
You gotta
flames
give
just
you gotta give
across the
him Otis
ropes and just
treatment.
whip his ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gotta give him
something
that
like
Otis
Otis.
treatment.
Something like that. Yeah, but that was the that yeah. I think for
oh,
sure Aleister Black. I don't know about Cross, but I for sure think Aleister Black is probably headed to the
They have
Judgment
fumbled
Day. And
Cross
yeah,
way too many times. They need to give him something that's established. He's
yeah. And
obviously
see,
shown that
yeah. I'm with you, man.
he needs to work with people that have already established themselves. And I think you can do that with Liv and Raquel and Dom,
Mhm.
and you can make it something that I think the Final Testament was trying to be. I think Carrion just is so charismatic, and and right now you've had so many opportunities for him to do something great, and you fumbled it. And I think you give him his last chance because I mean he's obviously still around. Wasn't he just on last week's he's getting in whose ear right now? Sami Zayn. He's getting in
Sami
Sami
Zayn.
Zayn's ear right now.
hmm
And so I mean he's still around and obviously saying things. I think he's such a great fit to become the new leader of the Judgment Day. I just really do. I think he has the charisma as long as he's got other people around him that can match his energy to lead a group like that.
I mean, I don't like I said, I don't disagree with that at all. I want Cross to do something by himself. I don't want the team. I don't understand why they put him with those dudes. I don't understand why they made Final Testament. Just give the man a fucking story and let him go do his work. Like, why are you sticking him with these dudes that he has to now carry to get over? Because we already know they can't get over by themselves. They've been here 3 times already. You
Well,
know?
the man's been conflicted by the injuries of others. I mean, they were building that thing with the New Day. They were gonna break up the New Day way before they just recently did. We all know that because they
hmm
were building up that thing with oh man, what's Homeboy's name that made the biggest fumble of his life? Just got Odyssey Jones.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they had that, and
okay.
you could tell that Carrion was in his ear, and they were building kind of something there. And then Odyssey, fumbled. And then there was a couple other things. Obviously, the White Six. I think that they were going to continue doing something there, but I think one of them got hurt. I think it was, um, oh, the one with the pig mask, Gacy. I think
Mhm.
he got
Oh
hurt,
yeah.
and so I think that paused that story there.
Is he the
There's
one that
just,
got hurt? 'Cause I wasn't sure.
I think so. It was either him or Loomis. Um,
I seen Loomis on TV. Oh, not a TV. He was in like a with Indy. Remember Indy Hartwell, with the
yeah,
girl who got released from one. So
Uh,
she was in a video with him. She was fine.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think it's Gacy. I'm about 90% positive that Gacy's the one who got hurt.
Okay. Okay.
Um, And so I think you kind of fumbled that. And I mean, truthfully, they need to start doing something with the White Six after Mania. They need to do some real looking into that.
Soul
But
searching.
anyways, yeah, because you had such a build up, and then it's just been kind of meh.
Bro, I
Yeah.
said that shit was meh the time after the debut, bro. That shit was ass. Like it was trash. It was never fucking interesting. Like this shit reminds me of what people think the Hurt Business was. Like this shit wasn't great. It wasn't all
Yeah,
time. Well, I liked it because of Bray Wyatt. I don't know these
yeah,
other dudes. Like who like
yeah,
I know
Eric
some of
Rowan.
y'all, yeah, I know him because of Bray Wyatt. Like I don't
Yeah,
this shit, I don't know. Like I get the tribute and everything. That's not the point of it. But now it's to the point where, bro, now you're a working storyline and you're not doing anything. And I understand you got hurt. People I also see on Twitter that saying that Howdy got hurt off of Cross's finisher, which he called bullshit on. But like I don't like name the American made shit that they were not wasn't yeah, the American made shit that was whack. Like it was random. Why do I care about that? Like it was they did
yeah.
nothing I cared about except for the opening fucking debut when it looked like Ricochet got shot in the head. Like that was the only thing. I
For
didn't
sure,
care. I
for
Um.
don't
sure.
care.
Well, real quick, because I wanted to ask you this: what were your thoughts about Seth and Finn Balor's promos against each other?
It was mid.
Mid.
Wasn't nothing special.
Seth's gonna bury Finn. I
Yeah.
think that's a that I, to me that there's some definites happening in the WWE, and if I think that's one of those you're like, oh yeah, Finn's just they're gonna put on a good match. That's about it. I don't think anybody expects Finn to win that. If
The
they
only
do,
thing I expect if there is a turn is Roman comes back and costs Seth the match. That's the only thing. Other than that, if that doesn't happen, Seth's gonna win the match. Obviously, like okay, not that promo did nothing for me, bro.
yeah,
Like,
I have no interest in seeing Finn in an elimination chamber right now. He's a you already have Logan
Um.
Paul in there, and to me, they're
Yeah.
basically the same character right now.
And actually, Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio's match that was good too. That was a
that
good
was a great
match.
match.
Yeah, that
I
was a
was
real
waiting for
good
somebody to
match.
bring. That was one of the best.
Yeah.
The only part that it was crazy was he knocked himself the fuck out. But other than that, because he clearly knocked himself out, he was like, "Yo, I don't know where I am. Oh, I'm supposed to pin him after that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree. No, fair. I'm
This
with you.
is crazy."
I'll use better adjectives to describe that match. That was a great match. Um,
His new
Logan,
finisher, I'm a super fan of.
yeah, that was because somebody else used to do that finisher. I forgot who it was, but
I've
yeah,
never seen
that
nobody do a fall away slam moonsault. Who did
I
that?
forgot who it was. I
No,
had
that's
read
not
it
the finisher I'm
somewhere
talking about. I'm
too.
talking about the that was amazing. But
Oh, the other. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
the
about.
Yeah,
The finish.
what is
Yeah, I've
what
seen that a couple of times.
Paul McAfee's calling the pulverizer, which I think is a great.
Yeah,
I think that's a great name for his finish. If he doesn't use that as the name for his finisher, he's stupid.
I don't think that should be his finisher. That shouldn't be his finisher, bro.
no,
How you doing
He's
that shit on Roman? You doing that shit on Roman? Roman ain't flipping like that, bro. He
wait a
ain't
minute.
doing all of that, bro.
When
Come
is
on,
he
bro.
fighting his brother? That's in March.
it's
Is he
like
fighting his brother?
it's like the week before Mania.
He's not fighting his brother, bro.
Yeah, he's not
That,
fighting his brother.
He's not
Okay.
fighting his fucking brother.
was that just a ploy for them
Yeah.
to promote their
Oh,
it's like some
he's
kind of docu series that they're showing too.
Oh,
yeah. That
okay.
might have been it, but he's not fighting his brother.
Because
Why would
now
his
Jake
brother
is
then be
talking
bitching
shit to
about?
Canelo. Yeah.
Yeah, why would he be doing that? So why we? Yeah, he's not fighting.
And then that fight got called off.
Well,
WWE
I
Canelo
probably
called it.
was like, you ain't about to have a fight the week before Mania. Like, sorry, you
I just
are
don't think it
employed
was.
by us.
I don't think it was ever a fight. I think he was. I think it was like you said, like that documentary or whatever they're doing. They were promoting
The
something.
promoting, yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Why would his?
Because they
I
would
don't know if his mom and dad are alive, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But why would any family member want you to fight your brother? Like you're
His
You're
dad's
not the
alive for sure.
Klitschko's. You're not the Klitschko's. Nobody wants to
Was
see.
this
There's no
Kane?
title on the line.
Was this Kane versus Abel or something?
Yeah, what are we doing?
All I
Like,
all I know is if I'm rooting for anybody to win that fight, though, it's Logan. I want Logan to knock the shit out of Jake.
No, I was hoping Canelo was going to beat the living tar
yeah, that's what I wanted.
out
That's
of
what I
Jake
wanted.
Paul. I was hoping. I was like, please, Canelo,
That's what I
please
wanted.
beat this man.
So as soon as I seen that post, I said, "Oh yeah, this nigga, he's gonna get fucked up." And I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure somebody called him and be like, "Yo, don't fucking fight that dude. What are you doing?" Yeah,
Mm-mm.
all right.
but no, I know it was some really good matches on Raw. Um, I did like the fact that, and I think we all knew that Jay is going to was going to face Gunther, so that match is set for Mania. Fair, I think you said is that your Mania night one main event?
Yes.
Okay.
And to
Which
be
is a
honest
And
with
little
you, if I'm gonna take
disrespectful.
it, why is that disrespectful?
Usually the main eventer for, I mean the one who wins the Rumble is like your last one for the
No, it's
the
not.
WrestleMania.
No, it's not.
no,
Just because the last 2 years were Cody. No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
Before Cody, did no wasn't.
are you
it's
sure?
always been
Hold
against
on.
Roman though. It's always been against Roman.
Roman hasn't had Rumble winners lately. He had
I
one.
think
Who's who? Cody. Okay, so when he first
Edge,
launched off the Tribal Chief, it was Edge and Daniel Bryan. Who won the Rumble? Edge.
Edge.
Edge. Okay,
yeah,
so okay,
yeah,
that's one.
yeah.
And then the time before, so since Roman's
38
reign, did I
This man.
okay,
WrestleMania
there I go.
38. Who did
From
he
Roman's
wrestle?
reigns,
What?
I think because of him, the Royal Rumble has been the Royal Rumble winner has been the main event. So we'll go these 4 years, okay, right? Because we have like almost 42 WrestleManias. Who were the Rumble winners that got the main event before that?
Drew
Before the
McIntyre.
reigns?
Drew.
Drew
Drew.
McIntyre.
And that was it. That's it.
Are you sure? Hold on. Let me go.
And that
Let
was in
me hold on.
2020, bro.
Yeah, that was the pandemic. That was 36 when they were at the Performance Center. Yeah.
It's not like none of them. I don't know. I don't care. Like it doesn't. I don't know. You got
For
two.
a man who's
I feel
so
like
against Cody.
not putting Cody in there
This man
because
who's so against Cody.
and to be honest with you, like I was gonna say though, if Cody if Cody wins,
Mm.
not Cody, if Punk wins, or if they get like the Cena Punk Cody aspect that I'm trying to do, if that's not it, that star power in that cluster, Jay is the second is night two main event.
I
There's
think
no
Jay.
doubt about that.
Yeah. I think Jay. I do agree with you. I think it's going to be the night one main event. I do. I think it's disrespectful. That's just my personal opinion. I think Jay has obviously got the most heat in the company right now. I think he's got the
Hmm.
rocket ship on his back. I mean, comparative to how Cody was over the last 2 years. You you can't you can't deny that. And I would say that really giving Jay this opportunity is going to bring a lot more prestige to the title than there has been. I think Gunther having the title is great. He's your first big bad to really hold the title. But I think giving Jay that title is going to give it a little bit more allure and more like, oh, this title is just as good as the other title.
Real
Um,
quick, so what we were talking about before. So I'm gonna take out 2020 through 2024. So that's 4 years. Well, technically five, how the calendar goes, right? Um, even no, Brock because Brock won. Never mind. Um, Seth Rollins, 2019.
Team. Yep.
That was
Seth
the first
Rollins 20.
match. That was the first match of the night. Remember
mhm,
that?
Who
mhm.
was he
And
going?
he beat
Who was that
Brock
against?
Lesnar. He beat Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Do I need to say it?
Was that against AJ Styles? That
and
was
he low
in
blowed him.
the middle of the card, wasn't it?
That was like the middle of the card. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Randy Orton.
Shit. Mm.
Nope. That was against Bray Wyatt, I
But you're
believe.
talking about some very dark times. The
I'm just saying the last 4
yeah,
years have been the correction to the rule,
yeah.
but it's not unprecedented that the
No, for
Mania
sure.
match is not the last match. It's not
For
unprecedented.
sure.
That's the main point. Triple H in 2016, no, he won the title at that Royal Rumble, and him and Roman was not the last match because that was Undertaker and somebody else. Um,
Mhm.
so like,
Yeah. We get it. You're right.
yeah,
We get it. We get it.
it's not
You're right.
unprecedented. But like I said,
It's a
I don't
precedent.
think I shut up. I don't think
It is now. It's a
that
new precedent.
yes it is. It's a new president. Yes, no, no. I just I don't know, like you said, it's personal, like it's disrespect for you, and I can understand the premise. Like you won the Royal Rumble, and you are the most over superstar in wrestling, period, right now. So yeah, his his respective come up would make him warrant a night two main event, and he still might have a night two main event because, in my opinion, Cody and nobody other than either that triple threat or John Cena by himself would warrant Jey Uso not being night two main event.
I agree. I agree. And I would be here's my thing. I would be more upset if they decided to do what they did last year because I also kind of felt like it was a minor disrespect to Seth a little bit to have both titles um defended on the same night and then Seth's title be the first one to be defended during the day. Like
Hmm.
granted, I know that led to an amazing feud between Punk and Drew. That okay, that great. But I mean, if you're really trying to establish that title, it needs to have that that spotlight. It needs it.
I think circumstances did that match in because we all know Rollins was hurt going in there. So
Hmm.
why? Because that match, that main event match, has to be 30 minutes, has to be 40
Hmm.
minutes. He couldn't do that. He
Hmm.
couldn't do that. He barely did it the night
The night
before,
before.
and it was a tag match.
Right.
But
So
what we're talking about right now
Right.
actually I think fits into kind of our last topic, which you were talking about the fake hate and the Triple H getting a lot of that stuff right now. I
Showing fake love
if you're
to me.
if you're comfortable,
I don't
fair,
think you
I'd like
should
to
be
kind of
quoting Drake right now, sir. What are you doing?
that's crazy. That's
What are you
crazy.
doing?
That's
What are you
wild.
doing? I'm the Drake
Oh,
lover. You said I love Drake. You love Drake.
you
So,
do.
Why did that
You
first?
do
Why did
love
that
Drake.
song?
You do
Why did
love
that song
hey,
Drake.
come to
Chris.
your mind? Right?
Hey, Chris.
Damn,
You
I
do
should have
love
sent this
Drake.
Smitty. Hey, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, hey, Chris. Yeah.
um, no, but if we could get into that last subject because I think it fits into what we're kind of just talking about. I think that there's a lot of talk, and again, we're talking about a small bubble of people. I saw some stupid stuff on X today talking about, just the build up to this mania. I think this mania feels so different is because I think all of us thought we knew the card from the ending of the last mania.
That is exactly what I'm about to say. You don't
Mhm.
not like the build to this WrestleMania. You just weren't right about the build to this WrestleMania. I don't, except for last year when you had this extraordinary circumstance where we were about to get a Rock Roman match, and then Cody was, in my opinion, Triple H was trolling the whole situation, and he made Cody go over because he knew Cody and Roman was the right match, and he knew that we were going to flip out. Soon as he did that, that's what that caused the extra buzz. There's never been a WrestleMania buzz, in my opinion, or build up that started the night after Royal Rumble. And with players like Cody Rhodes on the level of a Cody Rhodes, of a Roman Reigns, of a The Rock, you've never had that before.
Yeah.
You've never had that circumstance before, so you cannot expect it every year.
and I
Sometimes you
don't
No,
don't
think,
yeah.
just have to be about the wrestling.
yeah,
Sometimes you gotta like it.
and I don't think that the fallout from that Mania is over. I think it's on the side burner for now.
I think Rock got an unexpected movie or had to make an unexpected. I think he's doing Moana too. I think that's what he's about to do.
The live action.
Not
No,
sure. Yes,
oh,
pretty sure.
live action. Okay, okay.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what they're about to start making. But whatever the movie is, he had to do it, and they couldn't do what they wanted to do. They probably knew that back in November when it was reported, and Rock tried to, poo poo it. They know where they're going. It's going to be a WrestleMania that's not the glitz and glamour WrestleMania. It's going to be a WrestleMania that's about hardcore storyline. And the thing when you're doing hardcore storyline, you can't drag it out. You have to wait.
I
When you get
think,
this build up, it'll be after Elimination Chamber. And that's when they'll start revving up because you can't tell a storyline for 3 months, bro. That's just
yeah.
stupid.
Have they announced where the next Mania is at? Is it Indy?
They haven't announced it, but I think that's the strong rumor and possibility right now.
For
I
next year's
think
Mania,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think if you,
go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think if they announce that it's an international Mania, which I think that they've been teasing for a while, I think that's when you get Rock Roman.
That would make sense. Like a UK. Paris been showing out now. I think maybe Paris should get one.
Uh, you know what? This is just me personally. I mean, heck, it's expensive here in America, so I know it's expensive overseas. I know they
Mhm.
had announced last year that they were WWE was getting some deal of where like every year one of the major four pay-per-views was going to be in Indianapolis. So I know. So they just had Rumble. I think they were talking about next year.
SummerSlam, I think,
In
is SummerSlam.
I think SummerSlam, and then the year after that, I think Mania is going to be in Indianapolis. I know London's been there's been buzz about London hosting a WrestleMania. Paris,
How
I
about the
agree with you,
Ultimate?
fair. Out. Paris is definitely showing out. Man, I don't know. Next year I wouldn't. I'm trying to think. They had it in SoFi. They had it in. I'm trying to think of where they could have it at here in America.
Isn't Tennessee
Maybe.
the Tennessee Titans getting a new stadium?
Yeah, it's not done yet, but yeah, they are getting one though. That won't be done. Was it 2025? I think that will be done in 2027, maybe, or 28, somewhere in there. Um, Heck, I wouldn't mind. Well, of course, I don't know. Chicago politics are getting out of hand, but when the Bears get their new stadium, and if it's going to be
They're
what it's supposed to be, I think it's going to be freaking sweet, man.
they're not going anywhere cold, bro.
No,
They're not doing that, bro.
Oh, they
That's
wait a
cold,
complain
minute.
too much
cold.
about Philly.
Wait.
Nah,
Hold on.
that's too. That Philly ain't cold.
Guys,
Chicago cold, cold.
yeah,
Man.
wait, hold on,
Cold.
wait. Guys, they're getting the dome. If they're
Oh,
getting if
yeah, cool.
yeah, they're getting a dome. Yeah, they aren't.
That's the
No, they aren't
smart
having
thing.
it open. And actually, they could have had a dome a long time ago, but they got mad because they didn't. Soldier Field was a federal or national landmark, whatever, and they didn't want to mess up the columns. But now that the Bears were threatening to go to Arlington Heights, they're talking about, well,
Mm.
now the city of Chicago is coming back saying, hey, we'll build a new stadium, we'll put a dome on top of it, whatever. And I'm like, you bums could have did that 20, 30 years ago. But yeah,
We're not talking about politics
yeah,
and
but
Talking about
I,
politics here in
but
the Wrestling Bros.
no,
You're not
hey,
slick.
From our
I'm not, hey, I'm just saying, man, politics is everywhere. But my point is,
if
I'm
CM
hoping
Punk's
that with
watching, he's enjoying that segment.
yeah, right. Shout out to you, Punk. But
But
yeah,
so
no,
in
I think
London, their biggest arena is 80,000, the London Stadium,
yeah,
Wimbledon.
and it's a
yeah,
dome. Well, a kind of a dome. It got kind of like a hole in the middle of the thing. But
That would be the ultimate spit
yeah,
in the face of Tony Khan. Let's watch us do
that's why I looked it up. That's why I looked it up.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to see
That
if
would
they
be.
put two nights and 80,000 people in a fucking arena.
Yeah. Hey, Tony Khan, watch us do better than you.
Yeah, exactly. I think how. Quick question: how long do you think it will be before AEW closes the doors?
I don't think they ever
5
close the door.
years.
I don't think he closes the door. He's
I think
like
I
he's
think they'll
legit
end
good.
up in a yeah. I think they'll end up in a small like I think they'll end up in like a small like performance center type arena before they ever consider that.
Yeah,
Because I
he's
mean
not.
they're already doing it. I mean, look at the way that they're doing their shows now. They're not selling out
They're not
um
in stadiums
arenas,
anymore,
so
in,
they're
like
they're using like half
theaters and
of
stuff.
yeah. So I mean I think they're ultimately heading towards more of a TNA type show eventually.
Which is
But
fine. I
no,
don't have a problem with like. I don't think they should have been booking big arenas anyway. I don't know. I don't think that was ever sustainable for them.
yeah,
Like I
their
don't. That was
roster
never a good idea.
their roster is too big and their storylines are not deep enough. I mean, look, where's Samoa Joe right now?
Mm,
And he just had the title
Yeah,
what like 6 months ago?
did he? You're
yeah, I
the
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
correspondent. You tell us. I don't know.
I follow it loosely just so that I'm aware.
Well, yeah, but yeah. I mean, like you see, and I don't. Obviously, you still got the Jay Uso hate. Like, and I was kind of going through because I was bored cause I wasn't really doing that at work. So I was just going through old tweets, and you know how many people that complained about Jay Uso losing the IC title, and then now complained about him winning the Rumble are the same people. How do you make that mix? How do you square that? He shouldn't have lost
We
the IC title. He only got 28 days. Why did they pick him to win the Royal Rumble?
as
That
soon as
it's
John Cena
retarded.
was yeah, as soon as John Cena entered in the Rumble and as soon as Punk entered in the Rumble, I knew there was only two people that the internet wanted, and it was one of those two.
I'm saying a pump. Yeah, like most of this hate, and this is kind
And I
of
say
where
internet.
eh, um this is where I think this hate thing comes from. It's just mostly people getting shit wrong. Like it has nothing to do with creative. You don't agree with creative in the long term aspect or anything. Like he doesn't deserve it or whatever they're trying to spit out. It's just you made a pick and it was wrong, and now you
Yeah.
want to you know downgrade this man's and his life work to get where he at now because your ass was wrong. That's corny.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
corny as
Hmm.
shit. What you talking about? Now Triple H, the golden boy, last 2.5 years. Golden boy. He's botched this WrestleMania build. It didn't start yet. What are we talking about? We don't even know the champion. We just found out the championship match yesterday. What are you talking about? It didn't start. How do you botch something that didn't start? That's like saying I broke the car before I started it, huh? How does that work?
I love me a good fair tirade.
Yeah, right.
That's all I am. I'm a
Oh
bot. I'm a
man.
tirade bot. Oh, damn it.
This man, it's so easy
Oh
too.
man.
It
It's
just
very
says
easy. Too easy. Too
too
easy.
easy. Just get this man on a Roman tirade. Just,
Exactly.
I love
Well,
you,
I'm
hey.
Roman.
worse than Roman. I'm worse than Roman's acting. This is real life. So I'm kind of worse. It's bad.
Oh man. Well, hey, that is our show for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to our executive producer who is celebrating still of a Super Bowl
Oh,
championship,
man.
Smitty again. For Hayden, Fair, I am Chris. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wrestling with the Bros. Until next time, fuck you, Philly. All right, yeah, have a good night. Smitty, hit the music.
That man, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Damn it, Chris.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros.
Three,
to Snoop. For Fair, Smitty, I'm Chris. Y'all have a good one. Hey, y'all take care.